Your hand grasps the icy orb. It is cold to the touch and chills you all the way to the bones of your fingers.
Because it's cold. Because it's frozen.
Because it's a frozen orb.
So I lift it, and I cradle it, and I smile, and then I wrap it safely. I have like a bag, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I wrap it safely in that bag and secure it to me very carefully. And then I look at the stand that I took it off with the little feet.
Mm-hmm.
And take that too.
Okay. It is all tucked safely into your bag.
And the book.
As you grab the book, it begins to crumble in your fingers.
No.
While she was doing that, well, I guess I was kind of reading the book. Were there more pages to it, or did I kind of get the gist of all of it?
Oh, yeah. It's a big fatty book. Probably 100 pages thick.
Oh, not the book. Well, as soon as it starts crumbling, I stop grabbing it. But I already read everything that was on the page, right, Neil?
Right. But it's pretty clear that the book is in a fragile condition between the ice and the age and all that stuff, and that it is unfit for transportation.
How much of it did I destroy by trying to lift it?
Whatever corner you grabbed. Small section.
We should make sure we know all about the orb before we leave.
I have it all memorized in my head.
Come, let us sit and read as I gingerly continue to turn pages.
You can't turn any
the pages.
Oh, so there's just these 2 pages, basically.
This is all you get. Unless you have some way of fixing the book.
Huh.
But I don't think any of you do. That's not an invitation to find it.
Okay.
It serves as a warning.
Well, since this seems incredibly important, I will cast, what is this? Horizon Memory.
What does that do?
Any item the priest commits to memory during the spell duration is more completely and permanently learned. Gains a +2 bonus to any checks to recall the exact appearance, wording, or meaning of an item, text, or message. So it just is more commit this page to memory.
All right. It might take you a couple of orisons to commit it, because it's, a long 1 page on each side and a picture, but I think you have a bajillion orisons to spare.
I don't have that many today. So just let me know how many it takes.
3.
I have 9.
Yeah, you got a bajillion. It takes 3.
Okay. Well then, we got what we came up to do. Now it's just a matter of getting back to... where was that dragon?
Is it that easy that we got this orb? I feel like we're in for something.
Well, the good news is we can avoid all danger in the ethereal realm.
Okay.
So saith Tempos. Speaking of Tempos, these priests, I may want to talk to them. Come, let us go upstairs to this unusual ritual the priests were doing and perhaps find out more information.
I would also very much like hear what they have to say.
You guys do realize they're dead and frozen, right?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right.
I just assume he can talk to them because he's an undead skeleton.
Coolio. Yeah.
Now, give me some room as I take it we make it out safe.
Yeah,
I mean, I keep asking because it seems like this is too easy, but...
You successfully leave the basement and return to the main chamber.
Okay, I will walk up to the ring of priests and then cast Thought Capture.
That's why you were
asking. A little bit of background. The short of it is thoughts are tangible things which are invisible, and when you die or forget things, this thought rolls out of you. So I am just standing where I think some thoughts may have happened and casting Thought Capture.
Okay.
Each thought object, each thought captures one thought object, and it can be really obscure.
The thought that you are capturing is, why has Velmontarius forsaken us?
Forsaken
Hmm. I cast thought capture again.
Oh my god, it is so cold. I can't believe how cold it is. Holy shit, I didn't realize it could ever get this cold.
Great.
What does the Forsaken mean?
Abandoned.
I turn to
Not fallen.
Theana. I turn to Theana. I have some bad news about your fellow clerics of this order. It appears that Velmontarius was not with them during their final moments.
This makes sense. They greedy.
What? This is very standard.
No, this
It is normal
it is
to
disgusting.
lavish your temples with gold and silver and bronze and onyx. How else would you explain to the common masses your temple's power and your god's true strength?
It is fair and just to share wealth, not to hoard for self.
How will the common people know to come to the temples for protection if the wealth is not flaunted?
I think you have empty skeleton silly head.
I think he's right. I feel like Tamriel is onto something here. If we want people to come to us for protection and as follower, we should probably carry more wealthy objects to flaunt, such as this beautiful scepter right here.
I think we should take these objects, take them back to Monastery of Velmontarius to use for the people.
Well, it is clear that this temple no longer holds the favor.
What?
Hitting a big lag spike. Like insane lag spike. Am I cutting out for any of you guys?
You were for a second,
Good.
but not anymore.
All right, I think it's resolved itself. I don't know why there was this sudden spike in lag. Sorry, guys.
Well, it is clear to me that this temple no longer has the favor of Velmontarius. Therefore, I agree we should take all of the objects here. They will be better used elsewhere.
Agreed.
I think this is a great idea.
Right, so you guys proceed to loot the temple.
I make it clear that I think we're taking all of this back to the Monastery of Velmontarius, and if people are taking it for their own good, then I believe Velmontarius will smite them.
You know how we should carry those things? By putting them into the rowboat so that they don't weigh anything more.
Good
Yeah.
idea.
At this point, we've done enough tests. I've done enough testing to know that the stuff you put into the rowboat also has a hold in it, right?
No, it's just an open boat.
Okay, so you
just-
actually need to make it into the big boat, the ship, in order to have a hold. The place we
I feel
store
like we
everything.
might be meaning hold in different ways. Like if you create a rowboat, and if it has oars and it has stuff in it, or you can turn it into a big boat which has the surface deck and then the below surface deck, which
Right.
is what we call the hold.
Does the hold of the big ship ever appear in the rowboat?
No.
Okay, so we need to turn it into the big ship to hold the stuff. Got it.
Okay. So you you create the large ship, the big ship.
I'm assuming it doesn't fit in here. We'll do it outside.
No, definitely won't fit in here. It would break this room, or the ship itself would be broken.
Okay, well, the first step is to gather all the goods, and then we'll turn it into a ship outside.
Okay. So you go around the place and you gather 10 simple golden cups, a silver thurible, which is one of those like incense holders that you swing back and forth during ceremonies. You gather 15 silver candlesticks, a silver and gold scepter laden with decorative gems, 4 decorative longswords, 4 decorative medium shields, 1,000 copper, 900 silver, and 100 gold from all over the temple.
Should someone write that down?
Yeah, I'm just gonna PM it to you right now, Jen, since you seem to be the...
Also PM it to me, I kept track of that.
Okay. Well, I want one of you to write it on your character sheet, so it doesn't get double counted somehow. So please pick one person to track the wealth. I don't care.
I'll write on my character sheet.
And I'll just write it in my
So, I mean, where it really will be is in the hold of the ship. So just write ship and then colon. That's
Yeah. I'll make it clear on my character sheet that this is not at my person.
Okay. Where is... There you go. I've sent it to both of you.
And how many skeletons are those priests? How many priest skeletons are around this ritual
6.
thing?
They're not
6.
skeletons. They still have their flesh and clothes. They're just frozen. Frozen people.
Would the most accurate description of them be skeletons in
No.
clothes?
They're just like people who froze to death and were frozen, like a mammoth in a iceberg.
Yeah, or like the people on top of Mount Everest.
No, so they look like humans.
They're frozen corpses.
Corpses as in not completely skeletal.
As in 0 decomposition, as in froze too quickly to begin to decompose.
Ah,
Here. Why don't you do a Google image search for Mount Everest corpses and you'll see what I
Is
mean.
that an actual thing?
Oh yeah, Mount Everest is covered with frozen bodies of the people who climbed it and died climbing.
No
And
way.
It is too
Yeah, I'm looking
it's
for
too
the
dangerous and difficult to remove them, and so there are bodies all over Mount Everest and they are used as landmarkers.
No way.
So
Yes.
Ew.
Bad.
Except they're probably in better condition than some of these Mount Everest ones, because Mount Everest warms enough that some of these can decompose.
They use them as landmarks?
Yeah, it's like, hey, you've passed, I forget their names, but you passed the Blue Man, so you know you were going on the right path and you didn't get
Aw.
lost.
Ugh, that made my night considerably darker.
Yes.
Yeah. David Neal giving us history and creepy stuff.
Yeah.
I actually read something about that the other day, I think, because I was looking at what it took to climb Mount Everest.
Yeah. There's also a bunch of trash on Mount Everest because, you toss your shit because you're exhausted and, possibly dying, and no one can go up there to do like a trash recall and bring anything down. So there's a lot of waste, both biological and material.
Huh. Well, now we know where the inspiration for this trek came from.
So you have all this stuff gathered. These corpses are frozen, and next to you.
Well, we will put the non-frozen corpses, which is the valuable goods, into the ship outside.
What? What do you do with corpses? Why you take?
Oh, no, we are not doing anything with them. We're leaving them here.
Good. May voluntaries have mercy upon them. Greedy, silly people.
Since I do not have the light prepared today, since I was afraid that we might meet some resistance, perhaps we should set down the mountain tomorrow.
Yes.
Sounds good.
Okay. So you guys are gonna spend the day resting in the temple?
Yeah.
Right. I actually have augury prepared, since I was thinking that might be useful in locating the orb. I suppose I might as well use it. I shall ask a simple question. Shall we use the orb on the dragon? It's been a while. Let's see. What was his name?
Brimstone?
Brimstone, the fire incarnate.
Hmm.
Will that lead to success? since this is one of those wheel woe answers.
Augury seeks to divine whether an action in the immediate future will benefit or harm the party.
Immediate future.
Yeah, we're talking like things that are about to happen right now.
We are taking the orb from this monastery. Will that lead to... Let's see. Will we do well if we take the orb away from the monastery?
70% plus 1% for each level of the priest casting the spell. So you are what level?
7.
77% chance of success. What was the wording again?
Will we do well to take the orb from this monastery?
The path looks clear and cold.
Great.
All right.
I've communed with Tempos, and he dictates that taking this orb and capturing the dragon with it will lead to success.
Sounds good to me.
Okay. So, plan? Do you guys just head out the next day? I guess we...
Yeah.
How do you keep warm without the sun over the course of the day? You are all very, very cold here.
Doesn't the temple have banners, draperies, furs?
Yeah, but they're all frozen. Everything's frozen.
Sucks for them.
Can you take the sun spell?
If we're dying of cold, I mean, I can use burning hands on some stuff that can burn.
I would like all of you guys to make me a constitution check.
Won't the burning
I don't suppose any of you are holding a giant eagle feather, or there are eagles around the area. Would be nice.
What if I transform into an eagle?
That would work. I need a feather from you.
Giant eagle, though, right?
Giant eagle.
Yeah, Albert would not be a giant eagle. He would be a large eagle.
Damn it.
Can I get a con check from Dark Albert, please? And from Ryan?
Do you have a way to enlarge yourself, Albert? You become an eagle, and then you enlarge yourself.
Okay. So, Dark Albert. The cold is really, really starting to get to you. Your fingers are beginning to lose feeling. Same with your toes. Your movements are sluggish. You are reduced to 3/4 movement rate. I guess you're reduced to 9 movement rate. You have a penalty of 2 to all saving throws, all attacks, and a penalty of 2 to your initiative as well. You are just... The cold is really, really getting to you. If you cannot warm yourself up by the next day, and you fail another con check, you will freeze to death.
Can I just use burning hands on like something to burn to warm myself up?
What would you burn? Temple? Set the whole thing on fire?
No, Neil. I won't burn the whole temple. Let's see what I can burn. Can I burn dead people?
No, not really.
That was my first thought. That's horrible. And there's no like draperies and stuff like that I can put on fire.
They'll burn for a little while, but that wouldn't be enough to keep you warm for the rest of the day. You would need a real durable source of fire to warm you.
There's no wood besides the temple?
Temple's wood. That's pretty much it. There's some trees outside, but they're all frozen too. This is not a place that's conducive to warmth, especially since Burning Hands is such a short-lived spell.
Yeah.
Like, you could catch paper on fire, but it would be hard to catch a whole tree on fire.
But if I do grease and then burning hands?
It could burn for a little longer, a little hotter. No guarantee that it probably wouldn't catch anything frozen on fire.
What if I take parts of the temple?
If you start to like rip apart the temple, maybe you might be. If you can cut it into some kindling, you might be able to get a small fire going. But if you actually got a fire going, then the rest of the temple would burn down too.
I don't suppose, Albert, that you would like to be the target of a sun scorch.
No, that's gonna be okay. I'll pass for this one time.
Okay. Albert begins to freeze. We can just skip over the rest of that night because it passes uneventfully. The next morning is when you guys are ready to set off down the mountain.
But really, Albert, if you could turn yourself into a giant eagle, our journey would be much easier. For all I need is one feather, and I can get us all down there easily.
I'm telling you, I can't be a giant eagle. I can just be an eagle.
You have no power to make yourself larger. What a shame.
Well, even if I made myself as a large eagle, I wouldn't be a giant eagle.
Truly a shame.
Let's go.
That Windborn? Looking at?
Wow, good. Yes, it is that one.
Ah, fantastic. That would be quite useful. So you all begin to descend the mountain. Can I get perception checks from the whole party?
Okay, I do have the sun cast this time around.
Okay. 15, 24, 23, 29. Dark Albert.
That's Ryan, by the way.
Oh. Well then.
Ryan sees all.
All right. So you guys are starting to head down the mountain when Ryan shakes whoever's nearest to him, which I guess is Dark Albert, and goes, "Oh, look, Albert, the dragon," and points again to the north, where you see the dragon kind of just slowly cruising, not even flapping its wings, just like riding the winds in a circle around the peak.
I cast improved phantasmal force, and I'd like to basically add cover over us. If that makes sense. Like clouds, fog, a look of nothingness, infinite mountain look.
Okay, the problem with improved phantasmal force is that its area of effect will not move. If you cast it over yourself right now and you guys walk down the mountain, it's still stuck in that spot.
And we're not going vertically, right? We're like going horizontally.
Yeah, you're horizontally.
Never mind. I'll keep it. Okay. We could maybe duck for a little while and bury ourselves in snow.
Well, as you guys are discussing whether to duck and bury in the snow again, you notice the dragon peels off from its course and starts heading in your direction.
Improved phantasmal force!
Quick, join hands with me.
Oh, yeah, never mind. I hold on to his hands.
I cast etherealness on the party.
Ah, sucker.
Can you do that while maintaining the sun?
Nope.
That is a good question. I think no.
As long as continue to concentrate until the priest is struck in combat or until he is rendered unconscious. The priest can do, but is unable to cast any spell while maintaining the illusion.
All right, I dropped the illusion of the sun in order to cast etherealness.
All right, you all slip into the ethereal plane, The dragon approaches for a few minutes, and then actually lands on the mountainside, 15 feet from where you're standing. Its feet, one of its feet is on the path, the other foot is on the side, and it's looking around as to where you were, starts sniffing, breathing in these big plumes of snow into its nostrils, and lets out a loud roar of frustration.
Wow, nice sound effects, Neil.
You. It leaps into the air and takes off and begins to fly away.
Let's keep walking, guys.
Thwarted.
Right. You continue down the mountain. Eventually, your spell is going to wear off.
Yes, is the dragon much further away now?
Not that much further away. The dragon is now circling your mountain. The peak of your mountain.
How far were we away from the monastery?
Like a half hour down, which is probably like 2 hours up.
Fiona, is it not time to use the orb?
I did read the page, but Neil, I didn't get like actual instructions on like,
Right.
can I use it multiple times and how to use it and stuff.
So you know the words you have to say to do it. You know the actions, the gestures you're supposed to use to accompany it. You've never tried it yourself, so you're not, you don't know if you can get it right on your first run around. In order to use it, you need to be within 15 feet of your target, and it takes a good 2 minutes of action to succeed.
But it's not like a one-time use thing. I could use it over and over on as many different creatures as I wanted.
As many as you wanted.
And can I like, are they in there forever for all time until the orb is
Forever
broken?
until all time.
There's no like they could get out anyway, or I could bring them back out or anything like that.
Not that you're aware of. There's no way to pull an individual creature out. You are imprisoning.
You'd have to break them all out.
Yes.
Can she do it from the ethereal plane?
That was not mentioned. That's an interesting question.
Damn, liberate everyone.
Woo! I say, I think best not use unless have to use.
Sorry, I said 2 minutes of solid casting. I meant 1 minute, 1 round. It takes a full round action to use the orb, not a 2-round action.
Okay.
Is it some kind of ritual that can get interrupted?
Yes.
Let's just try to get away from this one and see if we can. I'd say
Agreed.
let's split the party a little bit more than last time so that we don't get all killed in one shot. So that would be optimal.
Well, it seems like the dragon was willing to land the last time, so perhaps if it flies at us again, I do have one more cast of etherealness prepared.
Oh,
We can
alright.
ambush the dragon as it lands.
Then let's stay together so you can pass.
But for now, let us continue down the mountain.
Sounds good.
All right. Etherealness runs out shortly thereafter, and a few minutes later, the dragon has spotted you as you make your way down the mountain. You're still having to carefully pick your way down, although it's much faster going down than up, so as not to slip. But the dragon has spotted you and is moving in your direction. If you guys are going to cast Etherealness, now is the time.
All right, I cast etherealness and I kind of guide the group. All right, let's try to fight it at a more sturdy positioning.
There are no more sturdy positionings.
Okay.
This is an uncomfortable place to encounter a dragon.
Is there anywhere we can hide? Any little cave?
You are on the side of a mountain, completely exposed, with a very deadly drop below you, and your back's to a solid wall.
And you said you do have another cast of etherealness, but you haven't cast it yet.
That was my final one.
You guys are ethereal now.
Oh, we are. Okay.
Does it seem like if we were to try to fight the dragon, it would be really easy to slip and die?
Yeah, quite possible. So you know what? It looks like we're gonna have to be ending directly on time, and there's no way we're gonna finish a dragon fight in 20 minutes and get shoutouts and everything done in 20 minutes. So why don't we actually end just a little early today on the precipice of you guys are ethereal on the edge of this cliff with a dragon ready to chomp on you.
What a cliffhanger.
Neil.
All right.
So fun, so good.
Yeah, let's do shoutouts.
Let's do it. Who wants to go first?
Neil, you go first.
Shout outs to the Misscliks crew for not dying yet today, although they could still die next week.
We could die every week, Neil.
Also, shout outs to the state of California. I did all of my voter preparation today for what propositions to vote for and everything, and there's some cool shit on the California ballot. So good on you, California, and good on you, viewers, for doing all your voting prep and knowing what you're going to vote for in November.
Square already preparing right now.
Yeah.
Fun.
Awesome.
Who's
I choose Jen.
Thanks for watching. I don't have much to declare. You can follow me at LiveInPinkSC2 and follow the game I work on at Rainbow Six Game. That is all.
I choose Bree.
I'm V Parlafod, everything. YouTube, Twitch, Instagram, Twitter, all the above. You can follow me there for adventures of my day-to-day life, and I stream. I won't be streaming the next few days, but on Friday I have my 2-year anniversary stream of streaming for 2 years, which is exciting.
Yay!
So that's what I have going on this week, and that's all.
I choose Trump.
Well, I'm playing in a Hearthstone tournament this weekend. If you're into that kind of stuff, you should watch.
Where can people watch it?
It's going to be on the One Nation of Gamers Twitch. Yep.
Nice. Good old Onog.
Onog.
All right. For myself, I would say not this weekend, but next weekend is TwitchCon, which I've been working on like crazy. There's going to be 1 million streams coming out of TwitchCon, at least like 9. But the ones that I would tell you to watch are first twitch.tv/Twitch. Our main channel is going to have all of our really cool content from the Kappa stage, which is where most of my work is going to be. So I'm prejudiced toward that, but I think it's going to be great. And then also Dice Camera Action, my other Dungeons and Dragons show, is going to have a live episode on Saturday evening, and that'll be streamed live as well. So even if you can't be at TwitchCon, you can watch that. Or if you are going to be at TwitchCon, please do come say hi. Also, tomorrow, we haven't posted about this yet, but it's just happening spur of the moment, so you all know. We have Misscliks D&D Prophecy tomorrow at 6 p.m., but prior to that, we're going to welcome the winners of the Girls Make Games Summer Camps Challenge that won the game design contest with their game Blub Blub Quest of the Blob, I think it's called. It's amazing and adorable, and we're going to have an interview with them immediately prior to Prophecy, where they talk about their game and their Kickstarter that they have to get their game funded. And these are all girls that are, I think they're all 13 or so.
Aww.
Wow.
Yeah, it's really awesome.
Really cool.
So do tune in for that and check Misscliks Twitter for details as we approach that. It should start at 5 p.m., but it's all coming together right now. For more updates, please do follow the Misscliks channel and the Misscliks social media. All is MISSCLIKS. And will we all be playing next week?